Welcome back to Maranatha Teaching Channel. I am Femi Fenojo, your host. We have been talking about the last days. One thing we all agree about is that there are all sorts of confusion and arguments that surrounds this area of Bible knowledge. This is not particularly surprising because the devil knows his time is short and he will do everything possible to muddle the water and discourage Christians from learning the truth, particularly the truth about the end time events. One thing we established last time was that we have not made enough of the agreement in the area of end time teachings. Last teaching, we listed 12 end time events that most prophecy believing Christians will agree with. They may disagree on some details and the timing of the events, but many will agree broadly on the reality of these events themselves. We need to ask ourselves a few questions. How important are the events? How important is it to get the timing of these events right? How do we define timing when we speak of the last days events? Can we be dogmatic about the reality of these events? Can we be dogmatic about their timing? Are there any justification for the division among prophecy-believing Christians just because of disagreement about timing? We hope to answer one or two of these questions. The one concern that arises in my heart over and over as I study end-time prophecy is that we spend less and less time studying the events themselves, understanding their place in the revelation of the person and the power of God and His Christ. We have made end events serve our school of thought rather than making them a tool of revelation of God and His Christ. Revelation 19:10 is very relevant here. It reads, "And I, John, fell at his feet," that's the angel, "to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy." Let me read the same verse again in the New Living Translation. "Then I, John, fell down at his feet," that's the feet of the angel, "to worship him. But he said, No, don't worship me. I am a servant of God, just like you and your brothers and sisters, who testify about their faith in Jesus. Worship only God. For the essence of prophecy is to give a clear witness for Jesus. The essence of all prophecy, including last days prophecy, is to bear witness to Christ." Let us take a closer look at the concept of timing. Why do we want to know about the time of an event? You have been invited to a wedding or a birthday party, or you are a student and the exam period is fast approaching, or you want to travel on an holiday of a lifetime. One very important information everyone in these scenarios will take for granted is that the organizers of these various events will voluntarily provide you with a time when these events will happen. Well, that is unless, of course, if a surprise party or a surprise test or exam or a surprise holiday is going to take place. I am aware that some people dislike surprises like this for various personal reasons. How many people like a surprise visit, particularly a surprise visit by your in-laws? I guess not too many people. The concept of timing I'm referring to here is what I would call fixed timing. Fixed timing. 3 of the reasons why we want to know the time when an important event is fixed for are: number 1, so that the event will not take us by surprise; number 2, so that we will not miss the event; and number 3, so that we may be fully prepared for the event, so as to be at our best, and so that we may fully enjoy and take advantage of the experience or the event. However, the clear language of the last day prophecy in the Bible is that of no fixed timing. Obviously, these events will have to take place at particular time in history, but the Bible does not use the language of a fixed timing to describe most of these events. We alluded to this in our Lord Jesus Mount Olivet discourse in our first teaching on this series. This Mount Olivet Discourse was our Lord's ultimate red letter teaching on the last days. At the heart of this important teaching of our Lord is the concept of no fixed timing concerning the end time. Let us look at example from Matthew's account of this discourse. I will read a very long passages, but it is necessary to read them so as to get a better understanding of this concept that I am calling no fixed timing. Matthew 24 verses 36 to 50. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief will come, he will have watched and will not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant whom his Lord has made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servant, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now let me read Matthew 25 verses 1 to 13. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all these virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Let us take just one example from the epistles. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 1 to 6. But of the times and the season, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. You are all children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Unlike our natural inclination to want to know the fixed time an important event is going to take place, the Bible reveals to us that the second coming of our Lord Jesus is a no fixed time event. Then comes the inevitable anxious question. If this great and important event has no fixed time that we can mark on the calendar, How then can we not be surprised by the coming of the event, or even worse, miss the event entirely? How can we possibly be at our best for an event we don't know its day or hour of occurrence? By the grace of God, we will pick this up in our next teaching. Thank you for joining me today. Please join me again next time on Maranatha Teaching Channel. My name is Femi Fenoyo. Shalom.